wonder if you have the willpower to go after your dreams and goals and make them a reality? Hi, I'm Debra Kasowski, 3-time best-selling author, 2-time TEDx speaker, executive coach, and the host of the Millionaire Woman Show podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today, I want to talk to you about I can, I will, watch me, and I must. It is all about developing that can-do mindset and really breaking through any of those limiting beliefs that you're holding on to about what's possible for you. See, when we start assessing our strengths, seeing what we're capable of, and pushing us through the potential into where we can actually go, because we often put caps on what we're capable of based on our belief system. And what you believe that you're capable of is where you're limiting yourself. When you don't take action or move into really moving forward, you miss out on the opportunity of creating change, creating momentum, and seeing those results that you want. So when you come into I can, I will, I must, it's really truly about developing some self-discipline and being focused on that goal and dream and not letting things derail you by setting yourself up for success. And what I mean by, I can and I will, it's really about not settling, not getting caught up in complacency, and really being nothing short of who you're meant to be and being able to break through those limits. Now, it was Kelly McGonigal, she's a health psychologist at Stanford University, who came up with the willpower instinct in her studies. And I really love her framework on the 3 parts of willpower. There's I will power, I won't power, and I want power. So when we think about I will, it is something that you are going to move through, you're going to take action on. Whereas I won't power is being able to resist temptations and not do things that you know that are not going to align with your core values and where you want to go. And then I want. It is making decisions based on your core values and really getting focused in, dialed in to where you want to go, really paying attention to your goals and your dreams and seeing where they're going to happen for you. Now, dreams and goals, you're going to be successful at them as long as you have that insatiable drive, that desire to see the outcome and to deny being average, to not settle for anything less than the best version of yourself. And you're going to need to really develop that can-do attitude. Because really, when you think of the word can't, it's kind of like a quitting philosophy. Not kind of, it is. I can't, I'm not going to bother. And it often is associated with a fixed mindset. And what I notice is when we say I can't, thinking about, I can't do that right now. It's not a priority. So when you think about I can't, it's not a priority. So when you say I can't take action on my dreams, my dream is not a priority. And I know for some of you watching this or hearing me, you might think that, oh my gosh, that's kind of a shock to my system. But really, when you say I can't, it's I'm choosing not to. It's not a priority. So think about eliminating can't from your vocabulary. That's it, right? Drop that word out of your vocabulary and replace it with I can do that after I complete this task. It's not that I can't do it. I'm busy doing something else. So really thinking about how you use the word I can't. It's a choice. I don't want to. I choose not to. It's not something I see myself doing. Instead of staying in that fixed mindset and not looking at the potential challenges that could exist for you and the opportunities that lie ahead. So some of the ways to build in that self-discipline is number 1, eliminating anything that's going to provide you with some of that resistance. And I want you to really think about where's the resistance coming from? We can learn a lot about resistance, and sometimes it's a great place to evaluate, to see if we need to mitigate any risks and really getting more information. That's what resistance tells me. When resistance comes up, maybe there's miscommunication that needs to be cleared up, some clarification. So to really dig in a bit deeper and learn a little bit more about the situation. Because eliminating and removing temptations is like getting the sugar out of the pantry, getting the Pop-Tarts and all the sweet stuff out if you're, on a health journey, right? Taking away the things that could derail you from being successful and really setting up healthy snacks in the fridge or, those kind of things. Now, if you're working, in your home office or doing other things like that, or even in life, it's really about time blocking and putting boundaries on your time and letting people know when you're going to get back to them and letting family and friends know that because you're working from home doesn't mean that it's like I can pop off to a lunch date or I can run to the dry cleaners anytime you want. So it's really about having structure in place that keeps that success and discipline in place. Now, the biggest thing is not waiting till you feel like it. Often we don't feel like doing a lot of different things. But when you have that drive and you have that vision of your success, your goals, and where you are going, that's when the magic happens. That's when you are really going to go after what it is that you truly want. So do it anyway. Build the momentum. Know that this is something that's important to you and you must do it in order to get to where you want to go. See, the big difference between people who are successful and those who are not successful is their drive. It is truly about they're willing to do things that other people are not willing to do. They're willing to stretch themselves, push themselves through their own personal limits. That's why goals are so individual, that people can focus in on where they want to go with that mindset. I was going to say headstrong. Really focused in, dialed in where they're going and knowing that they can make things happen. Now, here's the thing with discipline. There might be times where you fail. And instead of beating yourself up and getting into that self-defeating behavior, I want you to realize that failure is part of the process. And failure is actually progress, because it helps us to evaluate what's working, what's not working, what things I can do differently next time. And especially as I'm recording this, we're coming to the end of 2020. And I want you to know that you're ending a decade. So you should be doing a decade in review, but not only that, a 2020 review, looking at all the accomplishments and the wins that you've had this past year, and also some of the lessons that you've learned. Now, I'm not looking at you to dissect every event that didn't go well, but there are lessons to be learned to help you move into the next decade even stronger. So failing is part of the process. And, when people are like, well, I don't have that talent, effort is going to trump talent any day. And, I've done previous videos, articles on how effort is more important than talent, in the fact that those who are hungry will do what it takes. They're going to break through any limits. They're not going to stay in a fixed mindset to think that if they fail, they're not going to put the work in. So they really are determined individuals. But the biggest thing is really you need to get in the game. And by getting in the game and saying, I can, I will, I must, just watch me. I remember years ago when I had let an employer know that I wanted to get into the motivational speaking, but more so that I was going to write a book. And, I remember her looking me straight in the eye, and I would say pretty naive at the time. She looked me straight in the eye and she said, Deb, you can't motivate anyone. And I was just dumbfounded. And she walked right away. And I read so many messages into it, and I didn't confirm or clarify anything that she said. And all I kept thinking is, I can, I will, watch me, and I must. I used it as fuel to help write my co-written book, GPS Your Best Life. But what I learned through the years and through the process, people are motivated from inside. Something speaks to them about something that they need to do, that momentum. They are inspired to take action. No, I can't motivate you to do anything, but I certainly can inspire you, or I can ignite an idea or something that is going to drive you to go after what it is that you're truly after. The other thing that I learned is by using it as fuel, it forced me into action and it created momentum. And here I am, 3 books later, TEDx speaker. So many things have evolved since that time, but I know that I had to build in the discipline practices. And there's so many things that I've learned along my journey about discipline and how it's led to my own personal success. And remembering that your success is very personal, it's very dear to you. And the steps that you've taken are not exactly the same as everyone else. So there's no cookie cutter, because what works for you doesn't necessarily work for another person. But when you get into the mindset that you can accomplish anything that you want, and you will do what it takes to do it, and you know what you won't do, and you know what you want, having that clarity, as Kelly McGonigal talks about willpower in Willpower Instinct, is really being focused in, dialed in exactly on what it is you truly want. And with that clarity, the road will unfold because you will continuously take action. You must take action in order to get the results, knowing that failure can be part of the process, but it also represents progress. So don't feel defeated. Just dust yourself off, stand up tall, and say, I can, I will, I must. And please go ahead and watch me. Thank you for joining me on this video. I'm your host, Debra Kasowski. Please go over to my website at www.debrakasowski.com. For right now, for a limited time, you will get Making Habits Stick, a 3-part video course with helping you to build focus and consistency into your goals, your dreams, to make those habits stick and make them a reality. Now, if you're interested in coaching, please send me a message through my website under coaching, and I'll be happy to connect with you and seeing if we're a right fit for coaching. Now, go out and take on the day and be the change you wish to see in the world, as Mahatma Gandhi said, and have a fabulous day.